But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the next topic right now because we're going to be streaming for a long time today. Over in Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago, these idiots really think this is a protest. They think this is going to stop ICE, them being out there saying, hey, we have a pinata with the Customs and Border Patrol chief. I can't use the audio, but I put it on there, and he thinks he's so clever and so fun, as if this performative activism is going to stop anything. Because he has a pinata showing has a pinata while wearing Pikachu glasses, as if this is going to solve anything. He's dancing, they're having a good time, they're all smiling. Meanwhile, Border Patrol is actually deporting hundreds of them by the busload now. What is this doing? Nothing. It's helping nothing, and yet they're patting themselves on the back saying, oh, we almost got arrested for it. Smiley laughing emoji. It's all performative because over in Portland now, they're actually getting counter-protesters as the Proud Boys are starting to show up to counter-protest them. Now, I don't know what your personal feelings are on the Proud Boys and Enrique Tarrio, but you're definitely going to see the tone outside their Portland's ICE facility change. The Portland police have essentially been told to stand down on enforcing the laws on the Antifa Black Bloc rioters. You see this? Yeah, it's all changing now that the Proud Boys are hanging out outside the ICE facility because they're actually chanting on behalf of their efforts. F Antifa. And they can't be confused though. It's just like over at the Capitol. These guys here are more than willing to arrest them for defending themselves, or doing something on behalf of federal or local law enforcement. These guys are in danger just being there because they're not choosing sides, I don't think. Just because you're chanting USA doesn't mean they won't pepperball you too, unfortunately. I don't trust this at all. They're chanting yes. They're giving them the finger. And notice they've been protesting for months and they're still freely enforcing the law. They haven't stopped a single deportation. If anything, this movement has just gotten a couple of them murdered as their sniper hit them inside the Texas facility. Didn't Scottie Pippen's bodyguard volunteer to guard Honey Badger's mom? I'm sure people are stepping up because they're sick and tired of seeing this stuff. But yeah, Enrique Tarrio explaining why he's there.
Friend over here, Noble One, Enrique Tarrio, what brought you out here?
Well, I've been wanting to come down here for the past 2 months. It's been a little wild, and I kind of wanted to come see what this looks like. I mean, it's been, what, 5 years since I last touched down in Portland here with my, I actually wanted to see the guys too, so, and just appreciate what everybody's been doing here and just recording and stuff like that. I think doing that has made a huge difference. You know, when we came out here back.
Oh my God.
When we came out here back in well, we've been coming out here since 2017, but when we specifically came out here in 2019, 2020, we had one goal and one goal in mind. It was to label Antifa a domestic terrorist group.
They accomplished that.
Kind of like, you know, it takes a village. It's really important for me to say that because it takes all of us, you know, whether the Proud Boys, the Patriots out here, the streamers. You know, some people call streamers clout chasers, right?
It's better than journalists now. Right? The crazy part is they want to call them clout chasers. They're like, oh, you're just ambulance chasers or whatever. But how much of the stuff do we only know because of like Brendan Gudenschwager, the BG on the scene, Julio Rosas, Cam Higbee, Jonathan Cho. I hate to like leave anybody's name out, but it's like Savannah Hernandez and Nick Shirley, who just won an award for his journalism. But without them, they're calling them clout chasers. But without them, we would have the wool over our eyes. We wouldn't know anything that's happening out there.
It's about the goal, and at the end of the day, we've attained that goal. Obviously, there's a lot of work left to do with it. So I'm really proud of the people that have been out here and been putting in some work. I'm really proud of my guys for starting to put this work in since early 2017.
And it seems like it's been mostly peaceful. They keep on wanting to paint them as this violent, vile group. But honestly, from what I've seen objectively, I haven't seen much of that. I've seen the, the Patriot Front group. They're getting in fights all the time, but it's like conservatives are fighting them too. Like, why are you guys doing Sig Heils outside of Charlie Kirk Memorial? Like, get out of here. Nobody knows who you are.
And it did take a long time, but we got this accomplished. And if we all work a little bit towards each goal, right, we attain it. You know, we saw that happen last November with the election of the greatest president since George Washington Donald J. Trump.
I agree
Right,
with that.
do you think this is going to spread a little? Because we're seeing a lot of protests in Chicago, everywhere else, and it seems like our federal
It's already
law
spreading to North Carolina. We got to cover that. Is that what's up here? Yeah, North Carolina. They're blasting I guess I got to turn this way down. But they just got in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, where they just realized I think it's 1 out of every 4 people in the state are foreign born now, which is insane to think. But now they're starting to protest them over there. Revving their engines, being dumb. Because revving your engines and having your frog in your unicorn costume is going to stop a single deportation. And again, the kid gloves, if they really wanted them gone, they'd be gone. Now they're playing music, whatever. Yes, massive protests over in Charlotte because they're starting to enforce our border laws. Who would have imagined that? But now Freedom News shows us over there, Olia Scootercaster showing they're handing out whistles. Like, this is what they think is going to stop the deportations. And also, obviously, Eric Daughtry saying, who's funding this?
They do not like that.
Whistles.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you. Whistles are going to stop this. Like, what?
Eco, you're a reporter. Okay. Whistles. They hate them.
This is the most participation trophy in activism I've ever seen. They hate them. Whistles. Like, they think it's like garlic on a vampire. No, the whistles do nothing.
Blow on that shit as loud as you can. They hate it.
Oh, yes. Blow on it very loudly. It's going to stop them from enforcing the law.
Fucking leaning on my whistle. So,
Wait, what's it say? What's it say? Noise equals visibility, a simple tool for fast alerts, loud, recognizable, impossible to ignore. Our voices are stronger together. Code 1, ice nearby. So they're like code wind talkers. Ice nearby, blowing short bursts. Pre. Oh, that's what she's saying. 2, code red, blowing long blasts. And if ice is detaining someone, form a crowd, stay loud, stay nonviolent, don't stay silent. Notice that none of this actually stops a deportation. This just says, hey, look, we can be seen as helping. This is how we get involved. Like, insane.
real quick.
Yeah, not pre. They're doing re. It's pig noises.
they do not like.
They don't like this. This is going to stop them. And then they actually follow them out there in the woods to stop them. Like, this is crazy.
Better start clearing out. You better start clearing out.
They're going to throw tear gas at them because they're blowing their whistles.
Start throwing gas in here.
Good job, guys.
You're a fucking bottle. Look at that. You're a fucking bottle. Let them just alone. Let them alone. Look at that.
Giving them warning after warning after warning, and then they will be the victim. They don't listen to the lawful order.
You're out.
What are the whistles doing to the whistles are going to stop the tear gas, guys. All the phones out. This is just for social media points. It's not to stop a single deportation, because if it was, they'd realize none of what they're doing is working. They keep on antagonizing sons of this or whatever. And that's one thing I hated when I used to work security, where these people talk all tough. They curse you out. They say, oh, you're a B word, you're an F word, whatever. But as soon as you fight back, as soon as you put your hands on them and put them in cuffs, they're like, you're not allowed to do that. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. It's like, well, okay, what are you? Are you a gangster that's like calling me a B word and you want to fight me and you're saying all these hard things like, oh, you're a B, get out of my face. But then when we actually get in a fight, you're not fighting me. You're like, oh my God, my daddy's a lawyer. We're going to sue you guys for $1 million. That's all this is. So did they detain their person already? Are they just taking off to the next thing? Oh yeah, once the door closes, then they're bold. Is this their victory? Are these their win conditions? My God, it's bad. But yeah, Karen reunion is what this is. And then you see this from Fox News covering it.
But many Charlotte residents and local officials say these operations are causing unnecessary fear and uncertainty. This video is from yesterday, people screaming at Border Patrol agents as they approach what looks to be a construction site. And on Saturday, hundreds gathered.
Why wouldn't they be concerned that they're employing all these people that are here illegally, getting paid under the table, less than what an American getting a living wage could get? Like, they're concerned about the housing crisis. They're concerned about getting a living wage. And then when something comes over here and depresses wages and inflates housing prices, they protest on behalf of it.
Protest Operation Charlotte's Web. Many of those protesters say
Charlotte's
immigrants
Web.
are now afraid to go outside.
They're having their kids who are citizens go and pick up their clothes and food for them. It's terrifying to.
If you're a wanted fugitive, that's the effect. I don't know. Again, wearing the I don't mind they wear like a Mexican soccer jersey, but the idea that you're working on behalf of another country, demanding you stay in this country, makes no sense to me.
Pretty much know that at any moment a federal agent can just come out and abuse you just because of the way you look.
That's not what's happening. There they are, conflating it into something that it's not to try to make you feel like you're afraid of something. And that's why you have things like over in Camarillo, California, where you had legal U.S. not citizens, but people that are allowed to be in the country at that weed farm. They see the Border Patrol coming in. They see the protesters clashing with them. And the guy climbs a ladder and falls off it to his death. He was legally entitled to be here, working at a pot farm, I believe. And now, because you guys keep on conflating it, saying they're going to violate your rights, they're going to send you to Alligator Alcatraz, and you're going to disappear forever. You're making it a more dangerous situation because you want to be on television.
There was also a small protest at a local DHS office yesterday. We know 2 people were arrested, unclear why as of now. And the community also held an emergency meeting yesterday about all of this. Dana. All right.
Yeah, the emergency meeting. Yeah, there is fear-mongering. Because their emergency meeting, well, I'll show you this right here, is them saying, this is how we're going to get Border Patrol out of here. This looks no different to me than any of the group projects I took in college, or like more like a community college too. But this is what happens when you have this useless class graduate, have no purpose in the real world, but all the plenty of free time trying to apply what they learned in school to the real world, because apparently the whistles are going to stop the deportations.
They come here because they wanted to. They came here because they had to. They had no other choice. Children of immigrants see firsthand how hard our parents work every day to provide. And
All the
come here because
all the flags. This is Mexico's flag and Palestine's flag. They're literally just the memory blanket of all their social justice movements. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But the thing, yeah, they do look demoralized. Actually, you're right. They look demoralized. Like, what are they doing here? They're not stopping anything. But this is what pisses me off right now. Because it's bad enough when you have all the moms coming together saying, hey, there's fugitives running from the law, so we're going to help their kids go to school and help them hide. Not by actually helping them hide, but actually by leaving a breadcrumb trail to their doorstep so they can be on television while they virtue signal how good they are. But this, compare foods over in Charlotte, giving them a discount.
Supermarkets, and we announced today that we're removing all delivery fees for online shopping through our website, compareclt.com.
So you can order stuff if you're a legal immigrant and get a discount. You pay less than a U.S. citizen.
So for all those customers who don't feel comfortable coming to the store in person, they can shop online, and then we will have it delivered through our delivery service to their home.
So we'll do it. So we will help you evade the law. I think this guy should be in jail himself. But the thing is, those around where I live, it pissed me off so much. It's a grocery store that I've never been to. It's a little bit farther, but it's in my new city. I saw online, they said, if you are someone that's impacted by the EBT or SNAP getting shut down, we are going to give you heavily discounted food prices on your groceries. Meaning to say, decoy voice. You worked lots of jobs. You worked 2 jobs for a lot of large portions of your life, and were able to make your own way doing one of your many side ventures. Because you make good money and you don't need any government handouts, you now will pay a premium on food to help the people that your taxes also discount their food for. So if you do everything by the right way, by the rules, and contribute, my local grocery store in a wealthy area now is now saying you pay more than these other I won't say leeches of society, but it's like the people that are just taking. They get to take more, and I'm like, I 1,000,000% will never go to your grocery store ever, or anybody in your chain now, because how ridiculous that sounds. And it's insane that this is just the Democrats' go-to book every time. Like, what was it? The Elizabeth Warren saying, oh, we need to forgive student loan debt. And then the guy saying, hey, I worked really hard and I paid off my daughter's student loan debt. Do I get a rebate for that? And Elizabeth Warren says to your face, she's like, no, why would you? You were able to pay off your debt. It's like, yeah. My neighbor goes on jet ski trips and has dirt bikes and, is willy-nilly with his money. So you mean to say that you're going to refund his money but not mine? She's like, yeah, that's the plan. Absolute ridiculousness, but that's how they see it right now. So here they are now, marching the streets because they think this is going to stop a single deportation. Oh, this is about Donald Trump. F Donald Trump. If Donald Trump was for immigration, they'd be out there saying, get ICE out there deporting it, because they don't have nothing other than Orange Man bad. Immigrants make Charlotte great. Wait, I gotta check now. Seeking safety is not a crime. Okay. I should be in my drink, not on the streets. Here's the thing: is like, how many of these, like this right here, Donald Trump is a this, but how many of these signs look like they're printed? Obviously, you know, they're writing these things on a piece of cardboard. They're like, you know, essentially a high school tier protest. But I mean, how much of this is funded by something? Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome is very real. But Andy No points out, they say there are no protests in Charlotte over Irina Zarutska being ended on public transport. Like, they're all out here protesting ICE out of our communities, but nothing about actual things that are harming the community. And the most disgusting thing here is Define L's pointing out how they're almost minimizing what happened to her.
I want you to take a look at this memorial over here. We are at the East-West Boulevard.
Yeah, okay, so they notice, what was this other flag over they had here? Mexico, Palestine, no Ukraine flag. Those were where a lot of refugees came from. How come they instantaneously dropped this because of someone that was murdered that contradicts their other social justice movement?
Light rail station. A woman named Irina was actually killed here back in August. Yes. She was 23 years old, a Ukrainian refugee. Yes. She was killed by a U.S. citizen who was having a mental
Why do they have to say U.S. citizen? Yeah, they killed by a guy, okay.
Health crisis.
Having a mental health, he was a psychopath that deserves life in prison. He deserved prison before he did that. And he was also a racist because he kept on saying, I got that white girl. How come they're not saying that?
But the Trump administration has been using this instance of violence to really categorize all of Charlotte. I want you to...
This woman is horrendously murdered on her way home from a job. She is a Ukrainian refugee. Let's make this about Donald Trump. Absolute disgust. It's just disgusting. Just disgusting, that's why it is. That's why you have people in Charlotte marching the streets over this, but not over that. Literal useful idiots. It's sad. And the worst part about this is they say New York Post has them saying, hey, they're using AI videos now to say why this is bad.
Keep moving.
You can't take me from her, please. She's right there. Don't do this. She's just a baby.
Get her in the vehicle.
Videos on social media sites like Facebook
AI,
show intense dramatic scenes of federal agents detaining migrants, many of which are racking up hundreds of thousands of views each.
I wonder how many of the views are bots, though.
Fake and made by AI. The latest in the scary trend of videos created by artificial intelligence can be prominently seen on the Facebook account USA Journey 897.
Okay, whatever. But the idea that they're fear-mongering over AI videos, simultaneously ignoring the real videos, where it's like, yeah, the Berlin Christmas market, mirrored across Western Europe, to have a market where it's just, you know, everybody comes together to walk around where they can, like a farmer's market, they now have to put barricades because somebody keeps driving through them because they know that's where a large congregation of Christians are that are celebrating Christmas, and they're just sitting ducks for someone that's going to use their vehicle to commit an act of terror. The idea that they're out there protesting in Charlotte saying, we need more of this, we need more of this. Here's the actual reason why you wouldn't want mass, I even say it on YouTube. You wouldn't want this to be in your country. You wouldn't want what's happening over in Berlin to occur in America, and yet all they can do is protest ICE from enforcing the law, not because they understand who they're deporting, but because it's Donald Trump's initiative, so that's bad. Yeah, they don't like Christians, they're fine with it. Which is sad how much they would say things like, oh, we don't like Christian values in our school, we don't like religious things happening, but then as soon as another country comes in here with a very radical religion that is very against the progressive liberal movement, especially in terms of the LGBT, they're perfectly fine with it. So it's not, they're not against religion, they're just against Christianity, which is sad how fast that mask slipped. Yeah, car ramming, bare ears of peace. It's so sad that's what it is. One thing that in that other video was AI is making videos of propaganda and people are believing it. So a lot of people were concerned about the immigration situation, how in H-1B visas of people taking away their entry-level jobs.
Is coming to 1,000 H-1B visa holders in America. Now, who is coming to this country to take these high-skilled jobs? As I mentioned, STEM fields dominate.
But they also have things for like school teachers, 7-Eleven workers, like all these entry-level jobs that any American high schooler could do. Those jobs are also being taken because they can give them a much lower wage.
The occupations. And most of the workers come from India. In fact, 70% of H-1B visa holders come from India.
Could be an
Another
alarming
10 to
number.
15% come from China. 80% of H-1B visa approvals are for entry-level or junior-level jobs.
This should be red pilling to all those liberals saying, I got a college diploma and I can't find a job. It's like, yeah, maybe because Biden opened up the border for people and also made these new rules where they can come in. Like, this is an issue. And the problem is Donald Trump thinks he's on the winning side. He thinks he's on the America First side by saying, hey, we need more H-1B visas. I think that he needs to pivot quickly.
It's a little hard to stomach when we hear that we're not talented enough or that we're not skilled enough for these jobs when you consider that most of these jobs are actually at entry or junior level jobs. And it's definitely to the benefit of corporations,
yes,
tech companies that can hire foreign workers, trust me on this, cheaper than American workers. This is laid out, by the way, by billionaire tech entrepreneur Palmer Luckey.
There's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. The H-1B abuse is crazy.
A lot of people are worried about H-1B visas taking jobs because obviously we're having issues over here with the economy. But what is it? I honestly think it's, well, no, here's one more H-1B visa video real quick. They don't even need H-1B visas. They can just bring them in digitally now. They want fast food workers to make $20 an hour and replace it with a Filipino worker making $3 an hour coming in remotely.